Today, I'm going to be talking to you about teen sleep and the human brain. I know it sounds super cliche, but sleep is one of the most important things you can do to be a happy and a healthy person. As a teenager, your brain is developing at a monstrous rate, and you are learning new things every day. Your entire life is spent learning and watching new things buzz around you. This is where sleep comes in. Sleep is one of the most important things that your body does. Without sleep, you wouldn't be able to survive at all. The average person lives to be around 90 years, but let's say you live to be 100 years. 43 years of your life is spent sleeping. However, today we live in a time where productivity and actually doing things trumps sleep. If you think about it, that is true, but no, bad. Caffeine is one of the most abused drugs in the world, and all it is doing is stopping us from sleeping. Why do we try so hard to ignore something that our body needs so much? Well, because the mindset we have today says that because you aren't doing anything in your sleep, why would you sleep at all? Well, to become a healthy generation of people, we need to change that mindset and learn to embrace sleep. Biologically, teens need more sleep than adults. It's a fact. A good night's sleep for teens, on average, should be around 9 hours. Who in here actually gets that amount of sleep? That's what I thought. Not a lot of you. The average teenager gets less than 7 hours of sleep. This is crazy. Teenagers are stopping arguably the most important human function that we do. A huge problem for teens is sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation is one of the most dangerous problems plaguing our society. Every year, over 30,000 people get in car accidents in the United States because of sleep deprivation. To put that in perspective, that is half as many drinking and driving accidents. The scariest part for teenagers is that teenage guys aged 16 through 21 are the most likely to get in these car accidents. What causes these accidents is the lack of sleep as well as the lulling qualities of driving. The majority of these car accidents are preventable though. One of the main causes for these accidents is sleep deprivation. Huge problem. I'm about to tell you what causes sleep deprivation. One of the main causes of sleep deprivation is blue light in electronics, especially for our teenage generation. Blue light simulates sunlight, which messes with our circadian rhythms. More about circadian rhythms later. These blue lights basically trick our brains to wake up because it sees the light that simulates sunlight. You want a quick and easy solve for this? Well, besides not using your laptop and phone, even I don't want to do that. Try reading before bed. 30 minutes before bed, if you put away all your electronics, you are almost certainly going to sleep better. If you really can't handle losing your laptop at night, there's an app that I use for my laptop called Flux that is free on the App Store, and it takes away the blue light in your computer. This is one of the easiest things you can do to help you sleep better. Teens are also sleep deprived because of how our school system works. Every night after school, teens suffer from an epidemic of being forced to do homework. I'm sort of kidding. Although homework has a lot of upsides, being able to do more work and such, but homework also pressures teens into staying up way too late. Another problem with our school system is that our schools start way too early. According to Russell Foster, who is a neurologist who studies sleep, the best way to get enough sleep is to listen to our bodies. How many of you guys use an alarm clock in the morning? That's probably a lot of you. The average American does use one. How many of you guys aren't waking up listening to your bodies and stuff? Well, an easy way to fix this is just to start school later. The Seattle Public School System made a decision to start schools 50 minutes later than they were previously because popular science backs this up. Teenagers are programmed to wake up at 8, not 6:30. This is the problem. Us teens aren't able to perform as well as we could if we had enough sleep. Every year, the average person loses an average of 11 days of productivity due to sleep deprivation. Earlier, back like a minute ago, I said that I'd start talking about circadian rhythms. Well, circadian rhythms are a really important biological function that our brain, which is basically when our brain tells our bodies to stay awake and when to go to sleep. Although these systems sound really boring, they're actually super cool and important. They keep our sleepiness levels on point throughout the week. The circadian rhythm section of our brain is located in the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is one of the most important parts of the brain. It works as sort of the conductor for all of the endocrine system. The reason why the circadian clocks are kept in the hypothalamus is because the hypothalamus works as a middleman between the endocrine system and the nervous system. The circadian rhythms tell the hypothalamus to tell the endocrine system to release melatonin, one of the main hormones that cause sleep. The circadian rhythms play a big part in sleep, and especially in teen sleep. Sleep is a really complicated biological function. Going into my research, I thought that we would know exactly why we sleep. Actually, this isn't the case. Why we sleep is one of a huge discrepancy in what we do. Especially, word fart. I'm not good at this. We're gonna cut there and continue in a second. And go. Sleep is a really complicated biological function. Going into my research, I thought that why we sleep and what sleep is would be one of the most researched things in the world because we spend over 40% of our lives spent sleeping. There's actually a bunch of different hypotheses about why we sleep. One of them is calorie preservation. This one doesn't really make sense because we burn the same amount of calories while sleeping as we would if we were just lying on the couch, not doing anything. Another hypothesis is that we are resting our brains. This isn't quite true because some of our parts of our brains are more active during the night than during the day. The hypothesis that I believe to be the most true is that in the night is when our brains process all of the information we learn during the day. This makes a lot of sense because the areas of our brains that process information are the most active during the night. There is still a ton of more research that needs to be discovered about the brains, and especially about sleep. For teens, sleep is one of the most important parts of our developmental life. It is crucial to be happy and healthy, and all of you guys should get more sleep. Thank you.